my daily video show. So I have a few words to talk about. So poultry, that market has free poultry for sale. So it's a large domestic fowl kept for eating or for egg laying. So it's a noun. Poultry. Parade. There There are lots of school bands were among the groups in the parade. 3 school bands were among the groups in the parade. So parade is a verb of troops gathered together for drilling, inspection, etc. March in procession, non-parading of troops. Parade. Patron. The patrons of the museum contributed the money for the new museum building. Patron. Ponder. He has pondered over the incident for a long time. It's a verb. Consider, think over, meditate, deliberate. Meditate, deliberate. So it's ponder. Primitive man made himself primitive tools from sharp stones and animal bones. So primitive is an adjective of the early times of an early stage of social development. Simple, old-fashioned, having undergone little development. So primitive. Prescribe. The doctor prescribed some medicine for her cold. Prescribe is a verb, advise, or order the use of, say, with authority what course of action is to be followed. Prescribe, prescription, prescribe. Passage. The old bridge is not strong enough to allow the passage of heavy vehicles. The passage is a noun, passing, act of going past, through, of, or across, voyage, way through, corridor in the house. Passage. Penalty. He had to pay a 10% penalty because his bill was overdue. Is a noun, punishment for wrongdoing, for failure to obey rules or keep an arrangement. Penalty. Prayer. The prairies were ideal for growing wheat. Prairie. The prairies were ideal for growing wheat. Is a noun, a wide area of level land with grass but no trees. So prairie. Paradise. The island was a paradise of birds and flowers. The island was a paradise of birds and flowers. So it's a noun, the Garden of Eden, home of Adam and Eve, heaven, any place of perfect happiness. Propagate. The political party started the newspaper and propagate its ideas. Is a verb of animals and plants, reproduce, multiply, spread more widely, transmit, extend the operation of. Petrol. We can fill the car up with petrol at the petrol station. Partner. When the music stopped, everyone changed partner. So it's a noun, person who takes part with another or others in some activity, especially one of the owners of business. So we are partnership as a partner. Patriot. The patriot died while fighting in the car for independence. The patriot is a noun, person who loves and is willing to defend his country. Patriot. Provoke. If you provoke the dog, it will attack you. So it's a verb, provoke. So make angry, cause, arouse. Baron. The financial markets of Wall Street were once controlled by the barons of industry. Baron. Collective. Collective. It is the collective opinion of the governments of Western Europe that peace is always better than war. Collective is a noun group, a body of people considered as a whole, an adjective of a group or society of persons, nations, etc. as a whole. So baron is a noun, nobleman, lowest rank of peer, great industrial leader. Baron. Clearing. A little beyond Grand River we came to a clearing, and looking into it, saw a handsome house about 200 meters distant. A little beyond Grand River we came to a clearing, and looking into it, saw a handsome house about 200 meters distant. So clearing is a noun, open space from which trees have been cleared in a forest. Target. This plan will be the target of many opposition attacks. Is a noun, thing, plan, etc., against which criticism is directed. Objective, destination. Target. Persecute. Persecute. Some early religious leaders were persecuted by their enemies. So persecute is a verb, punish, treat cruelly, especially because of religious beliefs, allow no space, allow no peace to, worry. So persecute is a verb, punish, treat cruelly, especially because of religious beliefs, allow no peace to, worry. And this one is patent. He patented a new process for making fresh water from salt water. He patented a new process for making fresh water from salt water. Adjective, evident, easily seen, protected by letters. As a noun is privilege granted by letters. Patent. Verb is obtain a patent. Petition. They petitioned a room for form two offices. They petitioned the room to form two offices. The petition is a noun, division into parts, section, part formed by dividing that which divides. Stubborn. A stubborn child who won't obey his mother. So stubborn is an adjective, obstinate, determined, difficult to deal with. So stubborn. So stubborn, a stubborn child who won't obey his mother is an adjective. Obstinate, determined, difficult to deal with. So stubborn. Rouse. The speaker tried to rouse the masses from their lack of interest. So rouse is a verb, wake up, cause somebody to be more active, interested, become active, rouse. Routine. She quickly became accused to the office routine. So routine is a noun, fixed and a regular way of doing things, an adjective, usual, ordinary. Invoice. The shop assistant invoiced me for the goods. Invoice. So it's a verb, make a list of goods sold with the price charged. Invoice. Ratio. The ratio of successful candidates to applicants was one initiative. The ratio is a noun, relation between the amounts determined by the number of times one contains the other. So it's a ratio. Stagger, stagger, stagger. The man staggered from side to side of the road. So stagger is a verb, walk or move unsteadily, cause worry or confusion to arrange times of events. Stagger. Incident, incident. That was one of the strangest instants in my life. As a noun, it's event happening which attracts general attention, separate piece of action in a play or poem.